In a dramatic turn of events that has captured national attention, Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi, the Provincial Commissioner of Police for KwaZulu-Natal, has leveled shocking allegations against top leadership in the police and government, accusing them of theft, torture, and the shielding of criminal syndicates as part of a deeply disturbing web of institutional corruption. His claims center around the disbandment of the so-called Political Killings Task Team, PKTT, in KZN and suggest that major crimes have been covered up inside the law enforcement system itself. Mkhwanazi held a press conference on July 6, 2025 where he announced that he had filed a criminal complaint against Mkhwanazi, then Minister of Police, alleging that Mkhwanazi had improperly interfered in investigations of politically motivated murders and, furthermore, colluded with criminal actors to subvert justice. The Commission of Inquiry established afterwards, Madlanga Commission, is now investigating Mkhwanazi's claims of theft, torture, collusion and state capture in policing. What makes these allegations so grave is the specificity. Mkhwanazi says documents, evidence and communications exist to prove that elements within the police, political leadership and intelligence agencies worked with criminal syndicates to obstruct investigations into assassinations and kidnappings. He further claims that once the PKTT was about to close cases implicating powerful players, the unit was disbanded and key evidence was suppressed. This isn't just a story of corruption, it's an indictment of the very fabric of trust in state institutions. Among the most troubling allegations are those of theft and torture. Mkhwanazi alleges that police operatives aligned with the disbanded task team carried out extrajudicial acts, abductions, beatings, torture, including claims of genital torture with garden shears, extortion of valuables such as wristwatches and laptops during raids that were supposedly legal operations. One raid in KwaZulu-Natal is cited where valuables including state-issued firearms, police reflective jackets and laptops went missing. In the backdrop of these disturbing claims is the broader context of South Africa's grappling with political murders, high-level corruption, and a sense among segments of the public that the law enforcement apparatus is no longer reliably protecting citizens but may be turned against them. A recent commentary described fears that South Africa has degenerated into a mafia state, citing exactly this kind of police-political criminal nexus. The Madlanga Commission was launched in July 2025 and hearings commenced in mid-September. Mkhwanazi gave evidence in September, and so did the National Commissioner of Police Fanny Masemola. These hearings are diving into allegations of organized crime, infiltration of policing, tender fraud, contract killing and the undermining of justice systems across provinces. The task team that was disbanded is at the heart of many of these claims. Why does this matter to every South African? Because when the institutions tasked with defending law and order are themselves alleged to be complicit in crime, the consequences ripple far beyond the individual cases. It undermines public trust, erodes the rule of law and contributes to a culture of impunity. For victims of politically motivated murders, for families demanding justice after kidnappings or torture, this represents a systemic failure, not just isolated incidents. But there's more, the financial angle. Mkhwanazi claims that criminal syndicates have access to police intelligence and use that to fund politicians, gain cover for their operations and purchase influence. He says the theft of equipment and evidentiary compromise serve that larger network of corruption. This means that what may appear as theft in individual cases might actually be part of a wider structural problem where state resources are diverted into criminal enterprise. Critics of Mkhwanazi's allegations argue that he himself is part of internal feuds within the police and that the claims are politically motivated. The Minister of Police at the time, Mkhwanazi, denied wrongdoing and called the allegations baseless. Indeed, Mkhwanazi's criticisms expose internal splits in the SAPS, South African Police Service, and raise questions about chain of command, oversight and internal culture. But the fact that a sitting provincial commissioner is bringing these claims publicly, and that a judicial commission is already in process, suggests they cannot simply be ignored. What's next? The hearings will unpack volumes of documents, affidavits and witness testimony. The Madlanga Commission will issue recommendations on whether criminal prosecutions should follow, whether police leadership must change, and how oversight can be improved. If the Commission takes the allegations seriously, we could see reforms of policing oversight, tighter controls on intelligence flows, and possibly criminal charges against senior officials. This is a moment of accountability. For you, the viewer, keep an eye on how this story develops. Will the alleged theft of police equipment, firearms, laptops, jackets become a concrete case of corruption? Will victims of torture get justice? Will the disbanded task team be reinstated or replaced? Will our public institutions rebuild credibility, or will this just be another inquiry that fades into the background? If you're interested in following this story, from the hearings of the Madlanga Commission, to the deeper truth behind the allegations, to the impact on policing in South Africa, make sure you're subscribed to this channel. Let's unpack these developments together. Don't forget to hit subscribe, ring that notification bell so you don't miss the next update, and leave a comment. Which part of this case concerns you the most? Is it the alleged torture and theft? The political interference? Or the wider implication for trust in policing? Your voice matters, and we're going to follow it all. Stay tuned, because the truth matters, and together we'll see if justice is served.